Hi everybody, over the next bunch of minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to create an amazing looking functional body with safe and sensible movements, suitable for the whole family, particularly if you're over the age of 40 and you want to get into the same shape you were in when you were in your 20s. Let's recreate a beautiful body together, just like these viewers. Before we begin, I just want to share with you guys that 54% of you watching frequent content on this channel do not subscribe. If you've ever enjoyed my videos or felt that they've helped you, could you please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button? It helps me more than you know, and the bigger this channel gets, the more time I can put into helping you get that amazing new body. Now today I'm using 50-pound dumbbells for my heavies, 35 pounds for my mediums, and 20 pounds for my light dumbbells. This doesn't mean that you should try to lift the same as me. Please choose your weights carefully based on your strength and fitness level, as well as your experience working with dumbbells. Now, that's enough talking from me. Let's get started with today's workout. For this exercise, I'm going from a neutral shoulder press into some skull crushers. Make sure that you've got good weight distribution between your feet and your butt so that you're creating a triangular weight load. And then also make sure that you've got your chest proud and your upper body is nice and secure and that it doesn't swing back and forth. Keeping this whole exercise range in that neutral hand position basically means that you're not messing around with your wrist, which is fantastic. This exercise is a shoulder press and biceps curl combination. Now I'm sitting on the bench facing you guys just so that I'm facing the camera and you can see what I'm doing. But if you prefer to throw one leg on each side of the bench, that's okay as well. The main thing to watch for during the biceps curl is that you can see my elbows are tucked in by my ribs and they're not moving during my biceps curl, and working all the way up into that Arnold press. Make sure there's no swinging of your torso throughout the set.
Call on me. Way too long. Can you see?
This exercise is a Russian press. Start with your lower back pinned against your bench and your head and shoulder blades lifted. Again, protecting your back and making sure that your abs are engaged. My feet are at shoulder width. You can have them marginally wider if you want extra stability. And you can see both the dumbbells are staying together, extending out into the press and then going to the other side. Try and get a good shoulder twist at the bottom, and this will fully activate your core, particularly your intercostals. Start this exercise bent over forward with a hinged hip, and let's combine some T rows with some crucifix flies. Make sure that your back remains flat, and then when you're going into your T row, your forearms should be parallel at the top, creating a straight horizontal line from elbow to elbow. When you work your crucifix fly, make sure your arms are extended and the rotation only comes from your shoulder. This is a great contraction of your scapula. this is a right side row with a kickback complex. Start using your bench in that 3-point position. Make sure your back's nice and flat. Make sure you're well supported by your legs. Lift up into a row, and once you get into the top position, go into a triceps kickback and then return into that row before starting your next repetition. Now we're going to complete the entire exercise on the right side first before we shift over and do it on our left. This exercise is a left side row with your kickback. Again, looking for a flat back in that 3 points position. Make sure your stance is wide enough to support you. And you can see what I'm doing with my support hand. It's hanging over at the edge of the bench, so this is going to protect your wrist. Another thing to watch out for is make sure your support elbow doesn't lock up, so we've got to keep it soft straight. These are little protective mechanisms to keep you safe throughout the exercise.
I've been thinking about you, boy. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is.
This exercise is an oblique tilt combined with some Romanian deadlifts. Starting with your feet marginally wider than shoulder width, making sure your knees remain straight, your toes are pointing forward, and your hips are nice and heavy. Get to those oblique tilts on one side, making sure that you're not bending your knees during the tilt. Once you come up, drop forward into your RDL, keeping your hamstrings extended by pushing your tailbone out and making sure that your erectors in your lower back remain contracted. This exercise is a glutes bridge and I'm alternating some sliders. So you can see I'm kicking out with one leg while keeping the glutes bridge nice and high. And the main focus is that I'm alternating legs, pressuring one side at a time as I'm keeping that glutes bridge as high as I can keep it. This is much harder than a traditional glutes bridge, so go with a medium sized dumbbell as opposed to a heavy one. See what I'm doing? I'm kind of correcting myself each time I finish with a slider and making sure that I'm pushing my hips all the way to the top. This exercise is a triceps Tate press into a traditional wide chest press. You can do this on the bench or on the floor if you don't have a bench at your disposal. The most important thing here is to make sure you keep your lower back flat. So if you find that your back is arching up, then put your feet up on the bench. Keep the dumbbells together when you hit your Tate press. And then make sure you get the head of the dumbbell all the way down to your chest when you're doing your wide press. For this exercise, we're doing some advanced alternate biceps curls. And the reason it's advanced is you start the biceps curl in a high isometric hold. This is much harder than doing your biceps curls one at a time. Make sure your elbows remain still by your side and make sure the static side is about 2/3 of the way up. If you go all the way up, you almost negate the isometric hold, so watch for that. And the other thing that people tend to do notoriously is moving their hips back and forth to create momentum. So let's make sure we're not doing that. This exercise is a Romanian deadlift into a calves raise.
A fantastic posterior combination because we're pretty much working the entire posterior of your legs all the way to your lower back. Try and keep your back flat as you drop down into those Romanian deadlifts. Turn your dumbbells and push them in front of your shin, and then elevate up by squeezing your glutes and working your way all the way up to a calves raise. These are sumo prancers, and you can see I'm starting the exercise in a low sumo squat position. My toes are pointing out 45 degrees. My thighs are almost horizontal. If you can get it close to horizontal, then that's ideal. And there's no bobbing up and down as far as my motion is concerned. So if you look at my head, it's remaining static throughout the whole set. If you can do this exercise facing a mirror, that's ideal because you can watch yourself and make sure that you maintain the same height. This exercise is a goblet squat with a calves raise. I'm doing this one with parallel feet at shoulder width, And you can see as I drop down, I make sure my elbows touch my thigh. Now, if your elbows push in front of your knees, then you're posturing forward too much. So make sure you make that correction. Another thing to watch out for is make sure your knees don't cave in. They've got to remain on top of your feet in order to protect your hips and to protect your knees as well. These are jackknife crunches. I'm using a light dumbbell to give me some added resistance. My feet are together, my arms are together, everything is nice and long, and you can see the dumbbell reaching my shins with every repetition. Now, when you stretch out, make sure your lower back remains flat. If you find that when you're in the long horizontal position, if your back is arching up, then shorten your range of movement.
Closer. Don't push me away.
This exercise is a dumbbell Russian twist from a seated position, and you can see I'm adding some high presses into that as well. Now, when you're in your seated position, make sure your chest proud, make sure your knees are bent, and make sure you're not putting too much weight on your tailbone. So it's best to sit on your butt cheeks rather than sitting on your tailbone. To maximize the twist, make sure your head moves with your body. So the best place to look when you're doing your Russian twist is in fact looking at your dumbbell. We're working some alternate obliques tilts from that overhead position. So you can see I've lifted both of the dumbbells and they're remaining static relative to my head. So my arms are not swinging from side to side at all. Now I wouldn't press the dumbbell into your head because that's going to compress the vertebrae in your neck. So we want to make sure that we're avoiding doing that. And as far as the posture is concerned, you can see that my knees are straight, my feet are wider than shoulder width and my toes are pointing forward. This exercise is a triceps tape press and a crucifix fly. So when you're doing the tape press, the dumbbell head is dropping to the center of your chest with the dumbbells touching and your elbows nice and wide. Then lift up directly and open up into your crucifix fly. Your elbows should be soft on your crucifix fly. Do not lock them open because you're going to aggravate your elbows that way. And also make sure that you don't drop past a horizontal line. These are some dynamic biceps curls. So ultimately, it's a reverse curl and a traditional curl rolled into the same repetition. Start with your knees soft, make sure your hips are nice and heavy, your chest proud, and there's no movement in your upper body at all. Now, you can see when I hit the curl, I'm twisting 180 degrees or so at the top only. So whichever way the dumbbells hit the bottom, they go up in the same way. So the only rotation is at the top and nothing at the bottom.
Well done everybody for getting through today's dumbbell flow workout. Now's a great time to stretch and cool down with our physio Daphne. Her stretching playlist is linked to the end of this video, so be sure to check it out. Alternatively, now's a great opportunity to accelerate body fat loss by doing around 20 minutes of mild cardio such as a brisk walk. Do it right now while your body is low in glucose energy to optimize fat loss results. I want to thank you guys for training with me, and I look forward to seeing you very soon for another result-driven and effective workout right here. Look after yourselves and each other.